Oh, great shot with the artillery. Kubal's like, back up, back up, back. Boom. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17, and today I'm casting a 4v4 on Road to Arnhem. Right now we have Catman apparently discussing with level 1 about Russia and Ukraine, which by the way, if you want to support Ukraine, link is down below. How's the invasion going? Oh god. Did this guy just make comments about Russia or something? I'm assuming Catman had to. Anyway, well, Catman, I won't say they're beating Ukraine. If anything, they've been halted dramatically. Ukraine has had numerous great hits against them, though they have taken over decent portions of roadways in Ukraine. But the countryside remains not under their control, which is why you're seeing a lot of, how do I put this nicely, attacks across the board on convoys, stealing armor at bases that are left undefended, etc. But again, hopefully Ukraine pulls through, and yeah, Russia goes into an economic collapse, which it looks like they will once they open up their markets. Two Russian and Ukrainian can play CoH2 together on the same team. Exactly. There we go. Anyway, let's see. Kubal's opening fire on the right, by the way. That's from 3 OKW, 1 Austere, and 2 Americans, 1 Brit, and 1 Soviet. I know Make USF Great Again is Major Bones, but this was submitted by a Patreon supporter. So again, thank you very much to my patrons for your support. And of course, if you want me to replay, Gmail and Discord is down below. We also have ShinobiWarrior, level 1 Winks, Phantom, Cyan, Most Happy, and Catman. One of them is the Patreon supporter that's supporting me. We'll see how things go. Doctrine-wise, what's up? Urban Assault, so good. Great infantry and artillery, good armor and infantry as well with mech, especially against armor and or infantry. Both of them have great variety with rangers and cavalry riflemen, good against both armor and infantry depending on what you task them with. We also got Phantom going Soviet industry, quickly repair armor, and Royal Engineer Regiment, so with the AVRE. So overall the allies are good. I would say long-range tank destroyer is the thing they're lacking, but apparently that's the thing that the Axis are not lacking, because we have 2 breakthroughs, which again means Panzerfusiliers are going to be deployed. We also technically have Grand Offensive, but he's not going. Panzerfusilier is going double Kubal, which is busy, looks like pushing on the right to hopefully take out the engineers. Not a bad strategy by any stretch of the imagination, but it is something worrying when the enemy has penals and you're out of position, because it looks like they might be able to put enough pressure to keep Winks in level 1 back, especially with a lot of Royal Engineer squads. Again, these are recovery units, they have additional man, and they are definitely worth that the extra cost that harassing the enemy early on. These engineers will be annihilated if they don't pull back. He's trying to stick it there as long as possible, but he does manage to pull them out. We also have a sniper coming on in. On the far left, we have Make USF Great Again versing USF, so he's like, I know all their tricks. But yeah, it is weird in that regard, because they're like, yes, the USF player on the Axis team. Anyway. Looks like the American player didn't have enough defenses on the front, and the Panzerfusiliers are advancing. However, it looks like he does have support coming his way. For Urban Assault, by the way, doing some great rifle grenades, plus riflemen coming on in. Panzerfusiliers are good with G43s or Shreks. Not so great without them, and looks like they're going to be hit with grenades and forced back in mass. MG as well trying to stop the inbound riflemen, with Grenadiers as well coming on in to assist however they can. It looks like, again, his ally could drop smoke, but it doesn't look like he has the resource. Wait, hold on. How did he throw a grenade? Oh, you know what? Wait. Hold on. How the hell? Oh, wait, Lieutenant, right? No. Was there a rifle? Wait, was it a rear echelon grenade? If so, that was the most... I guess it was. Hot damn. That was a very impressive grenade, because that usually they're weaker. But, by God, those are actually pretty damn strong. Anyway, on the far right, looks like Axis forces have been driven back. Allies are slowly pushing up against the Axis lines. We've seen this happen before. but reversed in a previous game I covered, where the Germans launched an attack on the right because they pushed the enemy back so far. Level 1 did lose a Kubel. He is getting an MG though, and he has Sturms fully healed up with a medical back at base, which is great. Make sure you guys can heal up to optimum levels. The Allies don't really have that on the front. They don't have a medic squad. Again, infantry section could fill that gap, but so far it doesn't seem like it. Sniper's pulling back, Penal's pulling back. The Blob will push up and at least take the territory, so that's good for him. Again, I am happy to see a effective counterattack, but I'm assuming the Allies are going to know they're coming in a large group and hopefully counter their own way. With mines, maybe, or something? I don't know if there's recovery units placed anything. They are building a forward assembly, so they will have a point for themselves to heal. So we'll see how that goes. On the far left, we have Panzerfusiliers coming back in. We have 4 squads of them, by the way. No support units. Again, we have a lot of frontline as well for Catman. So we have Catman versing, again, I'll say Major because I know it's Major Bones. We also have some upgrades, Bazooka and a bar. This Panzerfusilier is under fire, but does pull back. G43 has been given to 2 squads, so at least the Axis are getting a healthy dose of munitions. Fuel is actually going to the Allies, as they have this point here, and as well they have the other fuel point. So it's double fuel for the Allies. VP-wise, though, it is going to the Axis. The Axis putting pressure on the Allies right now, and I suspect an Allied counterattack. Flamethrower, maybe a good grenade on the... It does force them back, a little damage, but Stern Pioneer and the other Stern Pioneer are driven back. Now it's really a battle against Panzerfusiliers. They have not been upgraded, so I fully expect them to be pushed back. We have the flame attacks going on, Panzerfusiliers being burned to a crisp. Sniper and Penals, though weakened from the AT rifles, still do a number long range. And again, the Royal Engineers move on in and easily knock out those units. So excellent job right there. Panzerfusiliers on standby. We have a mortar half-track, which is good, but these guys have AT grenades, which is not so good for him. Did he fire a second? No, he threw a grenade. And, I mean, I'm going to be honest, Panzerfusilier grenades are not known for being the best. And, yeah, it looks like focus fire almost killed this unit, but he did retreat. And looks like Major is going with a Sturm Officer, which is good for retreating very specific units or focusing on units. So he could use this specifically to maybe neutralize an MG or maybe a stronger unit on the Allied side. Maybe like Rangers or something. We do have Cav Riflemen moving on up. And it looks like the mortar half-track is healing. Middle right now looks like we have Echelon taking territory. Penal's trying to place a Teller, but they did place a bunker, but out of range to provide fire support. On the far right, MG, Verkadenwerfer on standby. Allies reinforcing. Triple Penals could be an issue, very strong, and double Sniper. That's a lot of anti-infantry, and again, a lot of anti-armor from a good range. Snipers will start wearing down the infantry, so Winks might want to move that unit, though he is mass-producing Panzerfusiliers. Wait. No, okay, ShinobiWarrior is yet to pick anything. He has a lot of good options, though. None of which are Panzerfusiliers, which I'm happy for. Because it looks like it's Panzerfusilier spam. Kubel moving on in. With the MG, again, giving range, providing that fire support. Well, it looks like, what, AT gun taking the bunker? Hopefully he can remove that, so the Allies have a corridor in to attack the Axis lines. Again, MG got pushed back slightly, but Panzerfusiliers are coming on in, just reinforcing the gap. So I'm not sure what's going on there. ShinobiWarrior looks like he did have to retreat his forces, so it's really just... I mean, like, wait, hold on. No, level 1's coming over to help. Interesting play here. Allies are still in the front with a decent force. Mortar team coming on in. Panzerfusiliers pushing left. Captain in a good position along with the riflemen. Echelon coming on in with the rifle grenades. I suspect this unit having a hard time holding. AT gun moving the mid. Echelons could actually take advantage of that. Infantry as well pushing on in. Actually may force the MG to face the wrong way. So level 1 will retreat his MG. Very close to losing it though. He does lose it thanks to the infantry section, I believe. Penals as well coming on in. And once again, it's looking grim for the Allies. Though luckily medical's here. They can reinforce because it's been upgraded. However, it looks like British base artillery is about to start hitting this MG. Now, if we go over to the Brit position, he only has one. Oh, no, he has two. He's upgraded company command post. Right, because the Allies have had double fuel. So, oh, great shot with the artillery. Kubl's like, back up, boom. Nope, just get annihilated. Just already to the face. Storm Pioneers do knock out an MG-30, or no, they knock out the MG-34, but they can't recover it. Sorry, I messed up that. MG is suppressing the penal, but sniper team is coming on in. That sniper, by the way, 11 kills, 10 kills. Hold on, female sniper gets 10 kills. Male sniper gets 11 kills, but has more veterancy and gets vet 1. I'm seeing discrimination on the battlefield. 11 kills and no veterancy. Not treated equal. Anyway, large blob coming on in, and they're treating the enemy very equally. And by equally, I mean literally shooting them all with all their guns pretty equally and forcing them all back. So that's good. But anyway, what they do have as well as this base, so they can reinforce, heal, and hopefully retake this territory. I don't expect them to take too much because, again, the MG is still there, and it takes time for them to advance. But on the far left side, Mortar Half-Track is dead. Panzerfusiliers are advancing pretty effectively. American forces huddled up. They do effectively knock out the ambulance with their own AT gun. That's incredible. The nice steal, though it looks like Panzerfusiliers will die. Riflemen are about to croak if they don't get out of there. One squad goes down. Stuka coming on in. Blob does dodge, but the Stuka comes into the other side. Again, looks like Happy has lost a number of his men and will be forced to withdraw from the field. Sherman is being made. Catman has a major, so armor could be around the corner. We have American forces in mid. Again, Catman taking over the munitions, which would be very beneficial for the Allies to get those additional upgrades. Although I will say he does have 2 squads fully upgraded with Cav Riflemen, and they can do wonders, but he won't take the territory. Walks into a bundle. Oswin coming on in. Wonderful job, ShinobiWarrior. Very effective against anti-infantry. He does have a bazooka, and again, he wants to stay away from the Cav Rifleman from being hit by a satchel. But I don't think... No, he's paying attention. Okay, good, good. So he will pull back, although Cav Rifleman is just being led. It's like, yes, come this way. They're being driven back. Looks like another Rifleman squad via Catman died. We can see more. Oh, great team up by Major, picking off unit after unit after unit with the Panzerfusilier with G43, which is fantastic for doing so, and the Ostwind. So it looks like the left side's crippled until Sherman pops on in against the Ostwind and an AT gun. Definitely want to retreat that Ostwind. Infantry is focusing on, what, the AT gun? No, they're AT grenading the Sherman, and Sherman actually returns fire with a great white phosphorus shot. That's a mech upgrade, right? Yeah, that's a mech upgrade, which is great. White phosphorus, very good against blobs. Allies, though, coming on in with lots of penals, flanking this poor... Oh, my God. Level? I love this one guy, like, guys! And they're all were, like, focused over here. It's like, not now, Hans. It's like, no, you may want to pay attention. Sniper team about to wreck this MG and a KV-8. This guy's going fully anti-infantry with snipers and his armor, which, by the way, this armor is going to annihilate that unit in the building. It's not going to stand a chance. He's just going to burn to death. Snipers as well can now pick off the Grenadiers and the MG. He actually... Okay, he's barely alive. I thought so. I'm like, how did he... Oh, no, he's barely living. Sherman as well coming on in. Catman wants revenge. Stuka coming on in. Gets a good shot on the penals, though not on the sniper, which, again, can return fire on this MG. They do miss. The second one doesn't, and does successfully neutralize the MG42. By the way, snipers are at 15, 16 kills respectively. Let's see. We have a Centaur pulling on back. Lots of Panzerfusiliers and Volkssquads there. And by the way, I should probably rectify. So, the 31 kills, if you're wondering why this one has more veterancy, is because it's killing units with higher XP. That's why that is the case. So you're like, sometimes with a Storm Tiger, you're like, I killed 30 infantry. Why is this thing upgrading? It's because the infantry he's killed is low in XP. So if you don't have kill higher XP units, you're not going to get those upgrades. Great shot, by the way. Lots of XP for that Sherman as it what single shot jumps. No, it jumped 2/3 in 2 as it just kills Sturm and was it Punchful Slayer and Volk alike. Yeah, it looks like Wink's having a real rough time. Same thing with level 1. Level 1 lost his entire frontline army and now is relying not only on that Stuka, but hope to God reserves of Obelsudan to come on in. Huntsville Slayers advancing. Rifle grenade is being fired with Rangers watching them, which is horrifying because Rangers are super, super good at getting close and doing a lot of damage. Again, Storm Officer could focus fire, but looks like they had enough men to drive it away. Good. Repair stations are going down the right, which, again, the Soviets could really, really quickly get their armor back to operational status. So that'll be very curious to see how effective that is. This base is a medic. Okay, fun fact, don't do this. Because now it no longer can retreat. I hate this aspect because, again, I would rather just use manpower, buy a medic squad at base and reinforce. Heal with that and reinforce and retreat to this position. Unless he has another one, which I don't believe so. He doesn't. More repair stations over here. KVA took some hits. Centaur, though, coming on in. And Axis driven back in. Headquarters is still there. It can maybe hold back some stuff, but looks like artillery was called in by the assault officer, and he's also getting his upgrade. Fantastic. But I suspect this might be it might be neutralized. It depends how good the artillery is and how committed that Centaur is. But it looks like the artillery is a little scattered and the Centaur pulled back, so it should be fine for a brief moment. Obelsudan fighting in mid. Penal's trying its best, though. Bundle grenade's going to be thrown. He will retreat in the nick of time. KV-8's coming back. Obelsudan, you have no effective anti-armor. I would do a little thing called running. Stukas, though, coming on in. They are in a diagonal line, which could be perfect. It does a decent number. Not as much as I hoped, but still enough. Armor is pushing through. Base again, possibly at harm's way. Ostwin trying to hold back the Rangers. Sherman, though, coming on in, switching to armor piercing with AT support. And again, looks like Happy has reinforced his men and has a very good army, though allies are reconning it. Some tools joint operations, which should allow them for faster healing. Centaur is trying to kill the base. AT gun, though, trying to stop the armor in its tracks. So Centaur focusing now on that. They do have an AT grenade, which is firing. Centaur might die here, though Rakan Warfare is decrewed, so that's less likely to happen now. KV-8 will just keep burning these buildings away. Luckily, we have level 1 coming in with another AT gun. Hopefully can drive the KV-8 outside the base. Axis are currently down by 100 VP, so they need to deal with this and then counterattack. Snipers are inside the range of the building. They will be fired on, and I think he does retreat. Good. Because otherwise he could have lost those snipers to a Panzer headquarters, which would have been incredible. Left-hand side, we have ShinobiWarrior and Major counterattacking, while Level and Winks tries to figure out what to do. Now, we've seen Catman and Happy have trouble, but it looks like they're doing decently well in this situation until the Sherman has a pathfinding issue and stays in the cone, and the pack gun neutralizes it. Anyway, Rangers throw a grenade. Does a bit to the Punchful Slayer. Again, Mortar and Reshlon opening fire. We can see here that it looks like Major did lose two Punchful Slayer squads. Support gun doing pretty well. Panther is on standby. ShinobiWarrior has a Stug, so at least has some support. Stuka and Jagdpanzer via Winks. Versing what? We have a half-track with double ATs, so they have something to fight armor. Catman has a Jackson. Plus, of course, there's anti-armored units being the Cav Riflemen. We also have lots of Penals and Sniper support, which is awesome. KV-8 as well. And Cyan has gone a Centaur, which is pretty good. And now getting a Firefly with a Mortar Pit near the front, hopefully to harass Axis infantry advancing. Stuka comes on in, does a number on the allied position. So Happy just rebuilt his army, and now he's really going to need it. Ambulance, though, is decrewed, so he could recrew it and heal it. but we'll see how effective that is. Looks like another Sherman was brought to its knees. So it looks like the Axis on this front have been killing Shermans at a good pace. But infantry is advancing with smoke. Panzer Fusiliers and trying to move up to counter that. Also, for Sturm Pioneer, Officer. My guy can't talk. So good job to see that. Panther moving on in with AT support, though pathfinding at odds. On the right, Jagdpanzer are holding back the KV-8. But again, the biggest issue for the Allies right now is, even though the resources are even, it's VPs. Right now, they're about 140 points down. The more they go down, the harder it is to come back. Jackson does get Fausted or AT grenaded. Something. Panther is diving after it. Looks like this armor is neutralized. Again, lot of armor by Happy has been knocked out. Or anti-armor, I should say. Calliope is moving on in, but again has to worry about the Panther now roaming around. Jackson doing its best. We have a bazooka team and the anti-armor unit moving on in, but it's not going to be enough. Actually, no, Panther missed. Jackson could return fire. Luckily goes around the corner, so he can't. But again, with the Jackson shot and a direct hit from a bazooka, Panther could have been in really harm's way. Rockets hitting the medical base, but most of the units are out. It's weird how he thinks there are units there, but they're all on the front. So, looks like Major did get another Panzer Fusilier. In mid, Obersudan are taking territory. Lots of tank traps being placed everywhere. It looks like for solid cover. Wait, who made those? I am genuinely confused. Did the Allies make that? Okay. Did they make it to hold back the enemy, but then forgot that it can be used as cover? Okay. Anyway, on the right, Firefly and the KV-8 were trying to burn it away. They also called in a flame attack for the British commander, which does quite a bit. This building may not last too much longer, honestly. We do have some support. Again, a Stu coming on in, but I think the Firefly and Centaur are going to do more than enough damage to take this out. And Penal is neutralizing the Panzer headquarters. So excellent job there. Base defenses are now engaged against the enemy and holding them back. Wonderful to see. We have Breakthrough coming in against the Allied positions in the back. They'll at least hurt the mortar pit, which is not bracing for whatever reason. MG will be weakened as well. Recadmifer is knocked out, though, so the Allies could get that back. Let's see. Cav Rifleman just rushing through, trying to kill the MG. Though, Obersudan could throw a bundle. Or not. I don't... Look, they're very good close range. Obersudan is one squad versus two. Yeah, no, it's... Luckily, Base is going to hold back that infantry. It also looks like Catman is reinforcing. He has 2 armored units. Calliope has gotten 2 kills. Not great. And looks like on the left, the Axis have advanced. So ShinobiWarrior and Major have counterattacked. The problem will probably be pushing up even further, because now we're getting close to the Allied base, so they can quickly respond. Again, Allies and Axis kind of, again, they're stopping the downward slope a little bit, but overall the Allies are still ahead by about 150 points. So they'll need to do something very soon. Very, very soon. Now, snipers are trying to do damage. They do get pushed back by Volks, which almost kill a squad. Very close to, but looks like they're unable to. Centaur gonna have fun with the Volk squad. Kamikaze, it looks like. Aviari going in for a long shot. The base, he's retreating back to base. You don't have to worry there. Medical is not the retreat point, though. Aviari could fire as well against the Yag, which could be very detrimental, but Yag Tiger does a great dodge and weave. Centaur, though, hurting the infantry. Infantry support trying to help. And again, some of them have been... Well, actually, no. I would say they can just literally go back and heal, but whatever. Middle looks like is having a KV-2 hit the Grenadiers, which ShinobiWarrior has 19 kills on. We also have double LEFHs, and the Allies don't have a direct strike. They could upgrade a Katusha and get Tibet 1 and then do, a creeping barrage to neutralize it, or looks like we have a flame attack, which again won't necessarily kill it. It'll just burn it to death. No, these flame mortar hits do damage against armor and stuff, but it's probably not going to be enough. I would suspect it's only down, what, 25% in its armor value. but we'll see here in a second. Again, more breakthrough coming in on the back line, hoping to knock out a lot of the repair stations, knock out this forward retreat station, which is actually just the forward assembly with a medic. Oh, actually half. Okay, so one more flame strike, you could theoretically kill it. It would be close. Meanwhile, it looks like the AT defenses have been neutralized. Happy has still an army left. It's just all back at base. And again, what's left of Catman is also on the defensive. He has his, Sherman left, and the Jackson got destroyed, most likely holding on against the Panther. I think that makes the most sense. That or the Panzer IV killed it. One of the two. Anyway, they successfully pushed the enemy back, and now it's really just where else, what can the Allies do? Well, first off, they probably need to regroup and counterattack the left, but taking mid is a good first step. It continues to drain along the Axis lines. This Stuka is way too close to the front, so level 1 could be in jeopardy of losing it. Penals, though, don't have the, yeah, they just can't stand and fight almost a dot in point blank, so they're going to retreat. We have a big charge, but this is bad. Again, he's charging in. He knows he's going to die, hoping to kill some infantry with him. But Panther goes down thanks to all the satchels from the cav units. KV is burning away the infantry. Major could lose a lot of units right now. KV-8 is burning away the Panzerfusilier. And that's two, I think 1 or 2 Fusiliers down, and definitely a Panther down. Panzer IV is retreating. It does make it out. The remaining Axis forces are moving into mid with breakthrough coming on in, I believe. Again, lots of artillery, plus the Tiger should hopefully drive the Allies back and allow the Axis to hold mid. But again, it's a short-lived victory. The Axis cannot keep up with the amount of repairs I would say the Allies have. Though they are scattered, which is good and bad. It's good because the Axis can't focus one spot and kill them all. It also separates a lot of the repair units, so it takes a little bit more time to repair. But luckily, artillery is hitting the KV-2. Looks like they did kill the ambulance as well. So lots of good hits across the board. And the Allies are slowly pushing on in on the left. So we could see a small counterattack over there and maybe them taking over some much-needed territory. Resource-wise, definitely the Axis are in the lead. 73 munitions. Nothing to sneeze at all. Calliope is firing at the base, I assume. No, it's hitting the MG. Little off, I would say. Probably recon would have been pretty good, though. Does he have recon? Happy does have recon. He actually has 2 recon planes, so I have no idea why he didn't do that. He has 300 munitions, too, so it's not like he's, like, scraping by munitions. No. He's doing just fine. Centaur, KV-2, KV-8, all moving in. The Jagdpanzer being very sneaky, camouflaging. Gets a good hit shot on the KV-2 along with the Raketenwerfer. Raketenwerfer, though, is opening fire on the KV-8. They are driving away the armored unit, but KV-2 is now moving on in, and he's mad. Sniper team's moving on in to hold back the infantry. Panzerfusiliers stand no chance with the double sniper team close by, and it's very low, but Winks does get him out in the nick of time. KV-8 may die here if the Raketenwerfer can fire its last shot. It cannot, so KV-2 will pull back for some quick heals along with the KV-2. Left-hand side, again, we have Happy taking over as much territory as he can. VP-wise, the Allies are slowly losing their lead. Axis taking back mid and along key territory, thanks to, it looks like a Pak-43 by XSomeToolx. Very nicely placed. An LEFH barrage that continuously harasses the repair stations and stops the armor from getting those quick heals. Which, again, great, because it just takes longer and longer for the Allies to bring their units back in, which can really help. It doesn't matter if you have a large force. If you can't heal or reinforce that large force, essentially the enemy can just take as much as they want while all your units are under repairs. Speaking of which, Panzerfusiliers and a Sturm officer pushing on left. They're going for the Calliope. Panther will successfully hit the Calliope. Again, coming out in a blob. Rangers do not have an anti-armored weapon, so they can't do much. None of these guys can. Maybe a AC grenade, but still. Breakthrough coming in on right, again harassing the Allied positions, delaying their counterattack. Although, it looks like the Panzer IV is not so lucky and gets satcheled to death. Maybe a little overkill with the satchels, but hey, at least you got it. Again, losing another Panzerfußleger. Major takes a big hit, doesn't have a ton of reserves. Panther trying to get out of there. I don't see a mine, so I think the Panther should be fine. Major's going to go through the destructible cover, which is a great idea because usually mines are located on the road. There's a lower chance of a mine being located behind cover of some type. So, excellent to see. Now, this Stuka, again, may want to get out. I don't know why level 1 puts a Stuka directly next to a front line, but it probably won't go well. Pack is there, Oswin opening fire. We have Breakthrough coming in this position. Nice shot with the AVRE. Does hit the unit, although Stuka does hit a lot of the Cav forces, which probably are going to kill these Sturms. Yeah, they killed the Sturms. Again, needs to pull these units back, but I respect the gusto of that barrage. He's going to throw a satchel on the Tiger. That should delay it, but he's needed to retreat. Most of the units looks like he'll make it out. Maybe one. Yep, one dies. But, again, Tiger is injured. Beetle's going straight for it, but I don't think they can kill it. Yep, base units are now firing. So the Panzer Headquarters can hold that unit back. It does. Fire's coming down the Pack 43, which is a plus. Other penal unit dies. Again, charging in, immediately losing your unit. Not a great sign. Keeping units alive is way better, especially for morale, so you don't have better, highly vetted forces, and you're not constantly second-guessing yourself like, God damn it, lost another one, now I have to get something. Grab another MG34, so someone lost an Noble Soldaten. Maybe it was level 1. Lots of repair stations on the right, all scattered about, so armor on the Allied side should come back pretty quick still. Centaur shooting down a number of planes and killing quite a bit of infantry, but that's good. I'm actually surprised the plane wasn't shot down. Oh, there it goes. I'm like, eventually it's going to be shot down. We have recon overhead. Stuka already fired, though. It does, again, I love how many times the Axis are like, no healing for you, and just barrage it. It's pretty great. Now with an LEFH, too. Middle, we have Stug that's under fire from the Lieutenant. Calliope's coming on in, not a bad target because of so many units, and yeah, looks like Grenadier's dead, Raketenwerfer's dead. This other one, I'm surprised, hasn't been hit by a single rocket yet. Stug, I'm sorry, Oswin's been hit by the rockets. Trying to move in close on, oh, gets a satchel off actually, but again, I think the base defense will start hitting him in a moment. But he does throw another satchel, so Tiger will take time to repair, though again, he has a building here, so he can repair pretty quick. Tiger's down to about 35% of its health, maybe 40. Cav units pulling back. It looks like Catman lost a number of his forces, including a Jackson, thanks to the Pack 43. Excellent shot, by the way. Left-hand side, Firefly Navy RE, sort of delay and force back Major's Panther, but don't kill it. So that's probably what we're banking on, to kill that unit, open up the left-hand side. But that is not the case just yet. Bunker is guarding this area, though very weak. On the right, Allied forces are holding against Axis counterattacks to retake that territory, but alas, they are unable to do so. But maybe a Yag Tiger will be enough firepower for them to break that open. KV-2, though, is moving on in, which could be a serious threat for this armor. Let's see, what else we got? We got ourselves the Tiger. But no other major tank. KV-8 is pushed back. Again, KV-2 as well, but they should receive tons of repairs very quickly. Middle's under level 1's control, and with his artillery, I don't suspect a major push in this sector, because you would assume that they would be then annihilated by the artillery. Plane gets shot down. Obersoldaten shelling out in mid. Left-hand side, Firefly Navy RE. Doing pretty well, I would say. Again, artillery just making sure the Allies just can't mount up a counterattack in any meaningful fashion. Panzerfußleger's pushing left, reinforcing what they can, support gunfire. Rangers will have a rough time, but I think the Axis should win just because there's not a ton of frontline forces to support this one unit, and there's a lot of Axis forces moving on in. That being said, we do have a number of Calliopes moving in. He has three goddamn Calliopes. That's a lot of rockets about to hit this Axis front. Let's see, we got recon though. I like the smoke barrages that they're doing for constant recon, which is really helping. So this Stuka's coming in though. Doesn't really hit much, if anything. Aviary clearing this base. Probably a little overkill, but whatever. Again, Stu coming on in. Great job with some tool. And the Panther does successfully get a number of Major's units, but they have nothing to protect the front, so that the Calliopes are just going to be neutralized. Again, I just don't understand. It's like you had no AT or armor, like in case they charged. And you know the enemy has plenty of recon opportunities, so I just don't get it. I don't get it. Grenadiers holding the front. Again, allies are now oh boy. No, Axis still in the lead. My apologies. Wait, have I been saying this entire time the Axis has been in the lead, or have I been saying the allies? Damn it, if I messed up the VPs, I just realized, if I messed up the VPs earlier, just call me an idiot. But anyway, it seems like the allies are still down by roughly, or down by about 70 points. So something needs to change. About 195 for the Axis. So again, good for them. I want to say I've been right about the VPs. Maybe I'm just losing it. It is pretty late in the day. But anyway, it's about 80-point lead. Aviary, oh, one last Firefly shot could kill it. Oswald coming on in. AT grenade fire from the Punchful Slayer. Stu goes down, but still, the double Calliope is a way bigger loss. So yeah. ShinobiWarrior did lose a little bit, but again, has plenty of resources to, you know, get more troops. Panzer IV gets hit from behind. I'm assuming he's looking for Calliopes, but they're a little farther in the base. Aviary is about to be able to fire. Doesn't need to. Firefly puts him out of his misery. Stuka Barrage coming on in, stopping the repairs. Which I feel like one thing that this guy could have done is build repair station on the other end to assist. Centaur, by the way, 38 kills. Infantry section moving on in. Again, this would be the Allies' best shot, is controlling the two flanks, maybe? Looks like the Allies are counterattacking on left. Tiger pulling back. Infantry is going to have a rough time with that KV-2 if it blasts. But KV-2's only gotten 8 kills, so it hasn't done that much. And also, one of the snipers did die. The last sniper remaining has 27 kills, so pretty damn good in my opinion. There goes, again, you were risking it too long, Wings. Oh, sorry, level 1. Too long. That's a really good Stuki loss as well. Tiger tank barely making it out. This Punchful Slayer squad probably won't, but thanks to the KV-2. Nope, focus on the infantry. Never mind, they'll live. Oh, this guy's gonna burn. Breakthrough comes on in right as he's bringing in his Calliopes. And while the Calliopes will smash an area that's long been left, Breakthrough knocks out Calliope. This one makes a lot more sense. Though, while we neutralize the Raketwerfer, the infantry's still advancing, so if you had the Aviary like waiting and ready to blast him, that could do something, but yeah, right now, no. On the far right, we do have a counterattack led by Winks. Finally got Winks in the right location. Great shot with the Yag, knocks out the highly vetted Centaur, and successfully they hold the territory. Meanwhile, in mid, KV-8, which, by the way, has 36 kills. Nothing to sneeze at. Versing a Tiger, 16 kills. Double S285 could do some work. Axis, though, have the Yag Tiger, Yag Panzer. Wait, hold on. ShinobiWarrior still has this Pack 43 right here. They haven't done anything. I'm shocked that we haven't seen a Katusha on the field. Or the Calliope's focusing on it, but I don't know. Left-hand side, we have this unit that grabbed the territory. And, yeah, it's like, oh, great, they grabbed it. Doesn't really matter when the enemy has the right and mid and is now pressing along a very key Soviet point. Yag Tiger backing up, so this KV-8 is probably dead thanks to an AT grenade and a Shrek. Does hit him. Good. Rear echelon and ranger driving, heading back. So that's good. That's good. Again, allies looks like are in full retreat or something. No, they just surrender. I mean, they don't. Wait, no, they still have a decent sized army. These guys still have population. I mean, to be fair, VP wise, don't have a lot of time. Catman, for talking a lot of smack earlier, doesn't have much. Happy has a decently sized army, though. Again, did get raided, doesn't have a lot of AT. And then on the flip side, level 1, yeah, they all still have a decent sized army. So good game. Solid game. Not the most insane or like radical game I've seen. But the thing about it was a solid counterattack, I'll say, because I want to say VP-wise it was going one way and then lead toward the other. Wow, okay. Best player was Cyan, and most kills goes to Happy. So great job to both of them. Axis side, thank you ShinobiWarrior for submitting this replay. Major got top kills, but top damage goes to ShinobiWarrior. No, actually, sorry, Winks. Winks got top damage. I'm gonna guess it's the Gag. That was sniping units. Cavalry Rifleman lost a lot charging. Again, I love how they just backed up and just literally wore the enemy down. That's probably the biggest takeaway. It's just, again, if the enemy has a lot of satchels, they did get satcheled, but a lot of times the Axis were just leading them on to wear them down. Calliope's, again, lost quite a number of them. 43 kills, though. AA shot down 12 planes. Pretty damn solid. Firefly, 18k damage. Centaur as well did pretty damn good. KV8, 39 kills. Solid. Kettenwerfer, not too much in that regard. The Punchful Slayers did pretty damn good. Level 1, it looks like his AT gun was doing a lot to hold back the enemy. Pack 43, also solid job. Great job holding mid along with the Ostwind. That was pretty damn solid at holding back a lot of the enemy infantry and even armor occasionally. Plus, we have Punchful Slayers via Major. He did lose a number of them, but he got 89 kills, and his Panther dives were fantastic. Panzer IV, I believe, died and got satcheled quite a bit, but overall, solid game. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you want to have a replay, submit down below. Also, I have some other links, like you can check out my Creature Feature Review channel. You can check out my Twitch channel, which I do replays live on Sundays, do Company of Heroes 2 weird games on Monday, Fan Friday with CoH2 and other games on Friday, and Wednesday is just my chill day. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. This has been Greyshot, and I'll see all you guys next time. Hello everyone, before y'all go, you can check out more content above, you can subscribe, and you can hear as I talk about some amazing people who support me on Patreon, which include Folkvard, Aphyria, Joey G240, Milam, Ace, ShinobiWarrior, Pyroshark, ShinobiToolx, Epic Pleb. Thank you all for your incredible support. You literally help this channel keep on growing, so thank you. If you want to support the channel, again, check out some of the stuff I mentioned. Otherwise, I'll see all of you next time.